Oh, so good. Today I'm sharing my healthy, high protein smoothie that you can have as your full meal for breakfast. This smoothie easily keeps me full and satisfied for about 4 hours, making it a great recipe for my weight loss journey. Let's dive into it. My name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition and human performance. Now for the smoothie, we're going to start off with a base of about 10 to 12 ounces of water. You could also use like an unsweetened nut or seed milk. I just would not recommend using oat milk. Oat milk is really high in starches that break down into sugar. Okay, so next up, I'm going to be adding in the protein. Protein is the most important food when it comes to achieving a body recomposition goal, which is where we're losing body fat while maintaining muscle mass. Maintaining muscle mass during the weight loss process helps to keep our metabolism high, and therefore it can help to prevent weight loss plateaus. So this smoothie has about 30 grams of complete protein, but it also has additional protein sources for different purposes. So I'm going to first add in 2 scoops of my chocolate zero sugar protein powder. Smells so good. You can also use vanilla if you feel like that. I've just been really digging chocolate lately. Adding my zero sugar protein powder into a smoothie is just such an easy way to immediately start off with about 20 grams of complete protein. Which if you guys want to check out my zero sugar protein powder, I'll have it linked down description below, but you can also find it on my website at autumnlnutrition.com/shop. Each bag also comes with a free download of 10 recipes that uses the protein powder that are so good. Definitely make sure you check out those recipes when you grab a bag. Okay, next up I'm going to add about a half cup of skyr. So skyr is kind of similar to Greek yogurt, although it's a lot higher in protein than even Greek yogurt. It's also a complete source of protein, so it helps to bring up our total protein from complete sources in this smoothie to about 30 grams. Now, I like to make sure to go for the full fat option for skyr because full fat dairy products are much more satisfying. They're better at helping to prevent hunger because of the fat and the protein content. They raise our satiety hormone cholecystokinin and peptide YY with that combination. So I personally always go for what's labeled as the whole milk option. And my daughter hanging out with me as well, and she wants to be involved in the video. Yeah, Sage. Hey, baby girl. You just want to say hi. Hi everybody. Now I'm going to be adding in another source of protein, although this doesn't count toward the complete protein because it is an incomplete protein. So I'm adding in 2 scoops of collagen. Collagen, when combined with other complete sources of protein, is really helpful for preventing hunger and helping to reduce sugar cravings. But there's also just some research showing that it is really helpful for skin elasticity, for bone health, for joint health. So I'm adding this in as well. Okay, next for some high quality fats, I'm going to be using some hemp seeds. So these are the hemp hearts, and it helps to add in some high quality source of fat to boost satiety and prevent sugar cravings that would work against a weight loss goal. And I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon worth here, which, speaking of protein, technically hemp seeds do have protein, although they're not a complete source. So if you were to track this smoothie on a calorie tracker, you would get probably somewhere around 40 grams or even maybe 50 grams of protein listed. But from a weight loss perspective, I found it best to just focus on the complete sources of protein rather than the lower quality proteins like that from hemp seeds. Okay, so also for some additional fats, but also for selenium, which is really important for helping to create our antioxidant within our body called glutathione. I'm adding in 2 Brazil nuts, which is really all you need for your daily selenium, for most people at least. Now I'm also going to add in maca, which this is optional, but maca has been studied to have some hormone balancing effects. So I'm gonna use about a teaspoon in here. Okay, for our last source of high quality fat to boost satiety, make this a complete meal so that we can prevent snacking. I'm also gonna add in some almond butter. Now, depending on your hunger level or how much you're exercising, this can be anywhere between like 1 to 2 tablespoons of almond butter. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of almond butter. Oh, it just tastes so good too. So good. You could also use peanut butter in this too, but I've just been loving almond butter lately. I'm also gonna top this off with a little extra skyr because that last container was pretty much done. It also cut my finger. When I was scooping it out, my finger like rubbed against the side and got like a plastic cut, kind of like paper cut, but a plastic cut. Okay, so the last bit of this smoothie, we're also going to add in blueberries. I'm going to add in about anywhere between 1/4 to a 1/2 cup. Blueberries are fairly low in sugar, but they're also very low glycemic load, which means that it has a very minimal impact on our blood sugar level. So when we're looking at achieving a weight loss goal, it's important to not just look at the types of carbohydrates and sugars, but also the level of impact it actually has on our blood sugar level, and that's using something called the glycemic load. because not all carbohydrates are the same, not all sugars are the same on how they're going to affect our body. And since we're also pairing this lower sugar amount in a smoothie that contains a significant amount of both protein and fat, it can help to further slow down the release of those sugars and therefore help to keep that glycemic load lower as well. In fact, that's why you don't want just pure fruit smoothies, which is unfortunately what a lot of smoothies are when you go out to grab one, because they often don't have enough of the protein and the fat to actually not only make it a full meal, but also slow down the release of those sugars into the body. So you get this huge spike and crash, making you really hungry really quickly. This is like the exact opposite of that. Okay, let's give that a blend. All right, smells good. Okay, let's give it a taste. Oh, so good. So creamy. And I love that combination of the chocolate protein powder with the almond butter. Amazing. So much more satisfying than like a typical fruit smoothie. Now, if you like to have some type of crunch, you could also top this, drooling as I'm talking, with like toasted unsweetened coconut flakes or some cacao nibs or like some pumpkin seeds, something that'll add a little bit of crunch, especially if you like to have that chewing factor, or especially if you're on the go and you just want to have a smoothie to sip on. This is perfect as is. Which, if you guys want to check out my zero sugar chocolate protein powder that I use to make recipes just like this one, make sure you check it out. I'll have it linked down in the description below. Also, if you want to see my dinner smoothie, which is a really great option if you need something fast and easy, make sure you check out this video next. All right, guys, smoothie cheers, and I'll see you in my next video.